Welcome to VARINDIA News Hour. The time is not far where enterprises can go passwordless. While the world struggles to adapt to the pandemic-induced new normal, many businesses have chosen to keep their employees home for more extended periods. Some companies also adjust their business models and implement hybrid ones in which workers have ease of functioning both in the workplace and remotely. This hybrid workforce has already presented IT teams with numerous challenges, one of which is password updates and maintenance. Passwords have been a significant source of annoyance for both IT teams and employees, cutting across all business functionalities and departments. And the only solution to this issue is to go passwordless with a zero trust policy. In reality, today's IT teams spend an average of 6 hours a week on password-related problems, up by almost a quarter from the previous year. Furthermore, the difficulty of recalling, resetting and modifying passwords encourages users to reuse their credentials across accounts, including personal and business logins, placing sensitive data at risk. Although passwords have always been a prime target for malicious actors, the advent of remote work has only exacerbated the problem. Threat actors continue to take advantage of moments in crisis like COVID-19, relying on consumers not adopting online security best practices, from password stuffing to brute force attack. So, what can be done to make password easier to remember? This is where the concept of passwordless authentication comes into play, especially when companies are shifting to remote working security. The safest and the easiest way to fight rising phishing scams is to use reliable and robust authentication, such as passwordless, suggest experts. With the transition to remote work security, the end user has a greater responsibility to observe security best practices. However, businesses cannot rely exclusively on their users to detect and deter account takeover attacks. Employee education and training are insufficient. Two-factor authentication or multi-factor authentication that is strong and resistant to phishing should be used in an organization's security infrastructure. When it comes to phishing and man-in-the-middle attacks, having robust authentication options such as security keys is the most successful tool. But password-less authentication will provide the company with several advantages, including a more efficient corporate security risk management program. Remote working security has evolved from an outlier to a new norm. But is it possible to be productive when working from home? The response, according to Gallup study, is yes. According to their findings, remote work increases outcomes and employee branding and is also a strategy that the best workers want. Finally, the recent coronavirus outbreak has shown that remote working is an important risk management tool that can mean the difference between surviving a pandemic or global catastrophe and incurring irreversible harm. Let's look into today's headlines in VARINDIA. Lenovo discovers UEFI firmware vulnerabilities. Lenovo has patched a trio of bugs that could be abused to perform UEFI attacks. Discovered by ESET researchers, the vulnerabilities could be exploited to deploy and successfully execute UEFI malware either in the form of SPI flash implants like LoJax or ESP implants like eSpectre in the Lenovo notebook BIOS. The vulnerabilities impact more than 100 different consumer laptop models with millions of users worldwide. The impacted product list includes IdeaPads, Legion Gaming devices, and both Flex and Yoga laptops. Robinhood to acquire Ziglu. Robinhood has agreed to buy Ziglu, a London-based fintech app that allows users to trade Bitcoin and several other cryptocurrencies. The acquisition will help in its expansion plans in the UK and Europe. The deal could provide a crucial boost to growth prospectus for Robinhood, whose performance has weakened since last year. Ziglu allows users to make payments, invest in a range of cryptocurrencies, and earn interest on holdings of Bitcoin and British pounds sterling. FMC's biggest risk of crypto is money laundering and terror financing. In her address at a seminar during the ongoing spring meet of the International Monetary Fund, Union Minister of Finance Nirmala Sitharaman said that the biggest risk of cryptocurrency could be money laundering and its use for financing terror amidst the pioneering fintech revolution. The Union Minister reached Washington on an official visit to attend the spring meetings at the World Bank, the G20 Finance Ministers meeting and the Central Bank Governor meeting. DigitInsurance appoints Jasleen Kohli as the new MD and CEO. DigitInsurance, which is backed by Canadian billionaire Prem Watsa, announced Jasleen Kohli as the company's new managing director and chief executive officer. Kohli will be one of the youngest CEOs in the insurance industry. She formerly served as Chief Distribution Officer at Digit, where she was responsible for all of the company's sales and distribution channels. Before joining Digit as a CDO, Kohli was the director at Alliance Technology. CoinDCX raises $135 million as valuation doubles to $2.5 billion. Crypto trading exchange CoinDCX has raised $135.9 million in a funding round led by Pantera Capital and Steadview Capital, doubling its valuation to $2.15 billion in less than a year to become the most valued crypto trading platform in India. The trading exchange will use the funds to increase its headcount from 400 to over 1,000 by the end of the next year. It plans to hire across functions, including engineering, product, and compliance. CoinDCX helps people buy and sell crypto tokens. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.